and techie Brezza, the city-bred SUV.
192 then for the Mumbai Indians in what's a game of huge significance for both them as well as Punjab Kings. Halftime here on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Let's get the thoughts of Mitch McClenaghan, Ian Bishop and Wasim Jaffer. Who was closest to 192 before we signed off on the pre-show?
I know who it was, but no one else knows who it was because you cut us off before we did our predictions.
Now this is where I could have had the opportunity to apologize for missing that question. But you being a sore loser have rubbed it in my face. So I do hope Ian Bishop wins the impact zone today. Now, thoughts of the game very quickly. How is 192 as a score, Wasim? It's the highest score at this ground in the early parts of the IPL, going past the 182 that Sunrisers got, which was, of course, just enough. So is this advantage Mumbai?
I think so. I think it's a good score, considering it's a big boundary. And the bowling that Mumbai have got, even though obviously they rely heavily on Jasprit Bumrah, but I still feel it's a just above par score.
Okay, Bish, agree with that, just above par, or is this one of those scores that both teams would take?
I'm sitting here, I was watching it at the end there, and I was sort of edging to be more comfortable at 200 or just over that.
Right.
I just wonder if Punjab will think this is within reach, whether it's just within reach or not, but within reach.
Yeah, it's further confusion for the whole innings, I guess, because the last 5 overs were 2 overs that went for 18, and then 2 excellent overs which went at 7 or 8. Last over went for 7, 17th went for 8. So almost like you don't know where to stand at the end of the first innings.
Yeah, it was an interesting one, wasn't it? Because usually when we see the 200 plus scores, we see 2 or 3 overs, sometimes in that middle phase, go for 16 plus. And I don't think we saw our first 15 over plus run until about the 14th over, 14th, 15th over. So there was just some good bowling from Punjab, and Mumbai just weren't able to get on top of the Kings bowlers. I thought they bowled well. I thought Sam Yusu's bowled as well again. I think in terms of who feels better, I think Punjab think that they'll be able to chase this, and I think Mumbai will also think that it's a defendable total.
Should be a close game in that sense. Explain this, the way this innings went, Wasim. 81 of 57, partnership between Rohit and Surya, where Surya has gone 54 of 37 and Rohit Sharma 26 of 20. It's not usually what we expect from Rohit Sharma once he bats a bit deeper, but what does that tell us?
I think this slowed down a little bit to their liking, and I thought the bowlers also bowled well. You got to give them a little bit of credit. Even Surya Kumar batting at 147, I think it's just below where he generally plays. He generally plays at 160 around or even more once he bats for longer. So yeah, they could have pushed on a little bit, but I think Punjab bowled well in those phases.
It's almost like the kind of innings which, if you end up on the right side of the result, well done. And if you end up on the wrong side of the result, you go, how have you gone at 140s when Tilak's come in and smashed it at 188 and David's played a 200 cameo?
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, I guess if they weren't to get over the line, you'd be questioning when they pulled the trigger to start trying to up the ante in their chase. It's a fascinating one, isn't it? Like there's a lot of theories out there, and one of the theories is the amount of wickets you've got in hand. That's when you start your death phase. So they had 8 wickets in hand.
Yeah.
So with the power that Mumbai have, potentially they should have been looking at starting their death phase at the 12th or 13th over.
How did Punjab bowl though for you? It seemed an improved finish from Harshal Patel, certainly by what's been a tough season for him, but overall assessment of the bowling and what worked?
Yeah, I thought there were some good points, some good variations. The use of a couple of the bowlers bowling up front early, Ashdeep, with only one down the back end, Karan himself. They used some of the angles of the big side of the ground and the small side of the ground very well to get rid of Sky, for example, bowling full and wide. So I know it's a tough game, and I'm very loath unless there's a lot of rubbish being done to really dig into bowlers. I think there's some good subtleties to what we saw.
Yeah, I mean, Wasim, you made an observation that Harshal's finish this time, he took the last over ahead of Arshdeep. He's bowled a really good last over, and you noted something that you saw that you hadn't seen in this season.
I mean that loopy, slower ball that I noticed, which he bowled and surprised Rohit. It went for a review and Rohit survived. So that was good to watch, but he didn't bowl enough, I thought.
Right.
He just bowled that one delivery, and then after that he didn't bowl. Probably he's not confident enough. But it's good change to have, and I hope he stick with that.
Did he bowl one to Shepherd at the back end?
At the back end, and then he also bowled the back of the handball to Rowett, which we ended up going for 6.
Right.
But he completely mishit it,
Yeah.
and it just carried over what looked to be shorter straight boundaries. So what we saw from him tonight was a bit more variation than just the normal rolling slower ball that we've seen in previous editions. So, I mean, it's good signs for Punjab. He come out and performed tonight. Confidence will be good, but it's also good that he's working in the background to try and find a solution or find a substitute for that ball or get that ball back.
Okay, shall we put a pin in the Surya Kumar Yadav innings for now and come back to it later? See how the rest of the batters perform in the second innings, shall we? And this is a batting unit that is not in the best of form. If anything, Punjab's bowlers have been their strength through this campaign, and that was once again on display to some degree, even though Kageshwar Rabada just picked up the 1, Harshal finished well. The batters have a different story. They're missing the only batter who's got over 150 runs today in this in the form of Shikhar Dhawan. Shashank's been great. He'll bat much lower. So will Ashutosh. They've left out Bairstow, brought in Russo. Prab Simran struggling at 3. Karan is still the option at 4 unless something changes. So let's get Wasim's thoughts on that. You worked with a number of these players. Are we still waiting to see what their best batting order is and choice for personnel? They'll have an option of an impact sub too. How do you see them going?
I mean, I probably see Sam Curran open today.
Ooh.
Sam Curran open with Prab Simran. Riley Russo might come in at 3, and that Harpreet Bhatia, I said.
Yeah, left-hander.
Left-hander. He might be the guy. And I wonder if they probably promote Liam Livingston ahead and probably bat at 4 or 5, and then Shashank and Ashutosh to, and obviously Jitesh as well.
Right. So we're looking at that. Harpreet Bhatia, left-hand batter who put in a decent performance in the limited opportunities he got last year. Might well be an option. Gives them another left-hand choice too. So you'll have Russo, Karan, as well as Harpreet Bhatia potentially, with 3 left-handers to split that up. It's almost worthy of an outrageous pick, and we'll find out in a few minutes. But Wasim, are you giving me just your gut feel? Or I had a call with someone in the dugout that you're still close to. No?
It's not possible, is it?
No, not right now. I mean, before they drop their phones in a bag.
My gut feel.
Gut feel. Good man. All right. Mitch McClenaghan, your thoughts on that if Sam Curran is to open?
Yeah, I'll be really surprised if he did, particularly with Riley Rousseau being a top 3 batter. I think what it does, Lennon, with this type of total, you could, depending on where they are in terms of run rate, you could see Livingston go up the order. It might be the day that Jitesh Sharma gets an opportunity a little bit earlier, particularly with Shreyas Gopal being a key bowler for them in the middle. They're going to try and get some overs of Nabi throughout their middle period as well, and then leave Livingston with Sharma and Shashank at the end. I think that those last 3 have been working really well together, so I'll keep that the same.
There have been some positions moved in that middle order for 4, 5 and 6. Sam Curran's come in 4 times at number 4 this season and 5 and 6 on other occasions. Jitesh has batted everywhere from 4 to 7. Livingston, it's something's going to change in that list today. He's batted once, he's had injuries too. Shashank's been a finisher along with Ashutosh Sharma. What adds to this dynamic, interestingly, which is also the bowling form of the Mumbai Indians. And as we look at the rest of the gang, apart from Jasprit Bumrah, who has been exceptionally rated at number 1 on Cricinfo's impact list for the first couple of weeks of the IPL, regardless of where he is on the wicket takers column, he's going at 6.1, which is extraordinary looking at the kind of games he's been part of. Kotse, Madhwa likely as an impact sub. In fact, he's already on the field. Pandya, Shepherd, and they'll probably have Shreyas Gopal and Nabi as spin options. Do they play a bigger role today?
The supplement. Yeah, I think Nabi is solid. We saw 1 4-over spell from Shreyas, which I thought at the Wankhede was a really good effort.
Yes.
The concerns really are Shepherd quite often is not a 4-over bowler. He's a high economy rate bowler, so he oftentimes will give you 1 or 2 overs. When he's very good, then you can give him a 4, but you never know.
Is he not more of a 4-over bowler though of late for the West Indies? Is it surprising you that he's not?
It's been like the banker at the death for the West Indies, hasn't it?
Or is he surface
I wouldn't say
dependent?
banker, but that's where he's been bowling
He's
most.
improved. I put it down as an improvement over the last year and a half relative to what went before. But there's still a lot of room for improvement with that. And Madwal and Kutsia are kind of wicket takers, but they're going at 10 and over. So
Which it'd be interesting to see the stats at Wonkitty if 10 and overs par for the course, because I think 10 and over, you look at those numbers, might be an effective 9 and over here, which means that they're going okay because of the ground that they play at. So, when you look into these stats, you've also got to take the home ground into account. Gerald Coetzee, for mine, the wickets and the impact he's had with the ball after the last couple of games, I think has been impressive. I think he's really starting to get the rhythm of the IPL, get what it's all about, do the extra work, learning from the experience of Jasprit Bumrah. I think he's starting to turn into a really nice IPL cricketer.
All right. Now, very quickly, a couple of subplots here. One is how much and how, at what stage will Hardik Panda bowl, and how will he use Jasprit Bumrah? Looking at the form of the opposition and his own bowling form, Mitch, how would you like to see Bumrah being used today, and do you see Hardik perhaps being used more with the ball?
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Bumrah early, purely because I think there's two deliveries to Riley Rousseau that you can get him out. It's that ball going across, because he likes to go leg side. You can get him caught in the slips, or you can go that big in-swinging Yorker and hit him in front. So I see Riley Rousseau as an important bowler. That Wasim has spoken to someone, has he?
Come on, let's give it up.
You have spoken to someone.
Let's give it up. Prab Simran and Sam Curran have watched out. Have walked out. Wasim Jaffer, well done. Can you tell us now only what the 15 of the World Cup squad also is? It will just make our life easier. And if possible, who will win the World Cup also, then Bish also will be.
That's what I want.
Yeah, it will make Bish's life easier. You can prepare for
I wish I was that right.
Everything's trending in that direction, let me tell you.
Oh, man. All right. Surya's been impact subbed out, so you can enjoy an early dinner in Mohali. He's played a wonderful innings. Let's see if it's a match winnings one. And let's also get predictions with an outrageous pick this time. Mitch, since I forgot to ask you, why don't you go first?
I think Punjab Kings will fall 11 runs short.
Oh.
And Gerald Coetzee is going to take 3 wickets.
Gerald Coetzee to take 3. Wasim, you're already getting some bonus points for the Sam Curran pick. I will ensure that you get. That's too good. That's just too good.
Jeez, I'm just okay.
How do you expect him to have had that knowledge suddenly? He obviously had it, and he gave it in time. It's a timely bet. It's a timely prediction.
He tried to throw you off by saying the people on the dugout don't have their phones, but the management in the stands, they've got their phones.
I wish they listened to me that
Wasim, your prediction, if you'd like to predict anything more, great man.
I think Jitesh Sharma to get a quick 540.
Lovely. And Punjab to win this, you're saying?
Mumbai.
Oh, Mumbai to win this. Okay.
We can walk out now. Wasim has spoken, so we can all leave. Nothing else matters. Yeah.
It's done. Bish, come on.
Who are hard? Edging towards Punjab.
Okay. Punjab to win this. Close game.
So you're stretching me now. I'll just say Jasprit Bumrah with 2 for 35.
2 for 35.
That's one of the more expensive spells. So I can include that as an outrageous prediction.
It is outrageous. Or you said outrageous.
Yeah,
you didn't say
outrageous. Points for that if you get that right. The double super over game was Punjab versus?
Am I? I was going there actually.
Oh, would you like to go there now? On the 16th birthday of the IPL. Why not? A super over. We're going to have it at some point. Maybe tonight. And we will wait for your thoughts as well. Remember, there's plenty at stake for this with the place that these two teams are on the points table. Join us for post-match analysis on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout. Download the mobile app if you haven't already, as we keep you up to date with the fastest live scores and so much more on the ESPN Cricket app. We'll see you at the end of the game.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.